Hey, my boys, I am watching this. I didn't get to watch it. And today is.
Because I interviewed Bam about this. He told me about this on That's Right podcast.
January
I did it on
13th.
BJ Investigates.
Hey,
But
Alexa,
Bam told me
what
about
day is
this.
it
He was like,
today?
I just went to the Hobbit Hole to get some of my stuff.
Today is
I already
Monday,
had a
January
restraining order
13th.
against me from Jess. They told me I could go over there and get some of my stuff. It wasn't in the same house, so I could go over there.
January
And when I
13th,
show up, the
2024
whole
at 5.
documentary crew, Lima's there with the documentary film crew or whatever, and like he's talked about her showing up and rolling up on him
Hey,
several times
Alexa,
in the documentary
how
film
big
crew.
is the
The other time
fire
was
now?
whenever he had a seizure. I think maybe the shaman was involved. It's kind of difficult. I mean,
The
honestly,
fire's
sometimes
size
I'm
is
not even sure like Bam like fully has like
1,965
all the
acres and it
stories
is 12%
how they
contained.
are
The
because
fire has been moderated by
I
rain
get
and lighter
mixed up.
winds.
It's just been
Hey,
complete and utter
Alexa, how many
chaos for
fires
these
are in
who knows how long. What I
California?
know of since probably at least 2019 for Bam, just complete and utter
At the
chaos.
moment, there are
So
11 big
who
fires
knows,
in
which
California,
stories
including
Lizzie's
one that is
telling that are not
178,090
exactly how
acres in
things
size in
happened and
northern
all of that,
California,
which
and
he has
another
told me
one in the
before
Santa
about this.
Barbara area
It's
that is
okay, let's see. I'm also pausing
38,664
and talking a
acres.
little bit because I don't want to get like copyright,
Hey,
whatever. I
Alexa,
just want
turn
to
up
be
volume,
obvious.
please.
I'm doing commentary.
Hey, Alexa, how many fires are in California?
As of January 13, 2025, ongoing fires in California's Los Angeles County include the Palisades Fire since January 7th at over 23,000 acres with 14% containment, the Eaton Fire since January 7th at over 14,000 acres with 33% containment, and the Hearst Fire since January 7th at over 700 acres with 95% containment. At least 24 people have died in the wildfires. Investigation into the cause of the fires is ongoing. To learn about the air quality in your area, ask, what's the air quality?
Some ways, because if that was in place, then Lima would have never been able to get that fake, fraudulent, phony slap restraining order that has now been dismissed. And
Hey,
she has
Alexa,
been ordered
how
to pay
many
my attorney's fees
trains
because she would
derailed
have never been able to even get that
in
temporary one in the
United
first place
States?
because we've never been around each other. Like, you have to show
From
further evidence. So I think
MiamiHerald.com.
Bam and Danny Marie were
About
not able to get
1,000
the restraining
derailments
order,
occur
but I
every
do
year
believe
across the
this
United
this
States,
incident did
according to the
result
Federal
in Danny
Railroad
Marie and Bam
Administration,
finally filing for a
FRA.
restraining order because they reported to me that they felt followed around, stalked,
Hey, Alexa,
and
when was
harassed
the
by
last train
Lima
accident?
camera crew. Now, I don't know if
According
that's
to an
even
Alexa
reported at the
Answers
time.
contributor,
Obviously wasn't there,
the latest train derailment
but it does
occurred on
appear
June
that there
24,
could be some
2023, when a
evidence that
bridge
in this case
collapsed over the
maybe Bam
Yellowstone
was
River near Columbus, Montana.
totally fabricating that.
Back up. What? Back up. I only came to tell you. I don't trust you either. Get in the car. I came to tell you guys. My boyfriend, go.
Hey, Alexa, what happened in the Ohio train derailment?
It's so much going on. So Danny Marie is going. You did this
I don't
on
know that
purpose,
one.
which I don't know what she's talking about.
Hey,
You
Alexa,
did this
whatever
on
happened to the
purpose.
East Palestine train
The
derailment?
loop. We have Danny Marie saying
According
you
to an
told her
Alexa
to
Answers
stop.
contributor,
It's my
Norfolk
boyfriend.
Southern train derailed with dangerous chemicals on board. Chemicals caused an explosion and the chemicals on board have seeped into the soil and creeks. East Palestine, Ohio.
Memphis. Hey, Alexa, how old is Memphis?
The city of Memphis, situated in the southwestern corner of Tennessee, was established in the year 1819. This makes the city around 206 years old at present.
Oh. Easter eggs. If I was an addiction, where would I go to hide? And
Really? Because I haven't changed a lot.
Neither have I.
Alright, back to the trains.
He did this on purpose. I don't trust you either. Get in the car. I came to tell you guys. My boyfriend, go. This is what you want.
I came to tell you guys.
This is what you got.
Hey, Alexa, what happened to the Dakota pipeline?
I hope they tell us.
I don't know that one.
Hey, Alexa, what is the pipeline for?
This is crazy.
A pipeline is a system of connected pipes used for transporting fluids, such as liquids or gases, over long distances. The most common purpose of pipelines is the transportation of oil and natural gas from production areas to markets, such as refineries and distribution centers. Pipelines are typically safer and more
Scott
efficient than
County.
transporting fluids by road tankers or railroad cars. They also have a
Scott
smaller
County,
environmental
Texas.
impact and are more cost-effective than other transportation methods.
Hey Alexa, what happened in Scott County?
Now, this is a story about the right to make your own
I don't know that.
decisions. You remember Brittany, right?
Yeah.
Hey Alexa,
A few years ago,
the train derailment in Scott County, Kentucky.
Free Britney.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
And
Hey Alexa, where is Scott County, Kentucky located?
Free Britney days. Type Rose in the chat. Type Rose in the comments.
Scott County is located in the state of Kentucky in the United States. It is included in the Lexington-Fayette, Kentucky Metropolitan Statistical Area.
They would say some troops, and then they would
Hey
kind of
Alexa, what is a dry ridge road?
leave out some parts of things that would
Kentucky
sound
Route 1649 is a road and 11.72 miles
I
long.
mean, they still leave out Lou Taylor. They're not really naming anybody in particular, though. They're just kind of, it's a little trailer for a little
Ryan
documentary. They're not going
County.
to say all these
The
random
train
people in it.
is
But
blocking the
I think
entrance of
that
Sherman
Harris
Newton
actually,
Road in the south
again, I
entrance
did not
of
have high hopes for this
Needham
documentary.
Lane
And
in
still,
Dry
I can't tell
Road.
the future. I can't tell the future.
What are you guys
I'm
doing?
so far from the marketing for this thing.
Hey Alexa, how old is Lexington, Kentucky?
Girl, I'm hopeful. And it
Fayette
looks like
County,
that
Kentucky was founded in
I think she
1780.
does a pretty decent job kind of describing what
What
happened
is
with the Free Britney
this?
movement. Listen what she said.
story about the right to make
Okay, how my ancestors are talking to
It's a
me?
story about the right to make your own decisions. Okay, yes. Well, yeah, actually. I agree.
That
You remember Brittany, right?
my uncle's name is Scott, and Scott keeps popping up. And my uncle Scott is also diagnosed with brain cancer.
Obsessed with pop star Britney Spears.
All of the internet. Who's the internet?
Right now,
It's
my
one of those
ancestors
things
are
on,
just
like,
like,
the definition of worse. Some people did not even know about it until it was like mainstream news. But
come on.
yeah, I would say the internet was pretty obsessed with Britney Spears' conservatorship. I'm also, again, y'all, pausing it because I don't want to get any copyright, whatever. I'm going to pause it and make
That's so
commentary.
funny.
There's some shady ass
Joshua.
and I want answers and you want answers and we all want answers.
Hey Alexa, what is the meaning of Lexington?
Protesting the fact that she was in a conservatorship.
She's an adult woman.
Lexington is a town located in Middlesex County, Massachusetts, in the United States. It is situated northwest of Boston and was the site of the First Battle of the American Revolutionary War, which took place on April 19, 1775.
Okay, and then when I moved to Los Alamitos, I'm walking around in the streets, and then I find the cotton church, Cottonwood Church, and then across the street, or damn it, what's the Los Alamitos military base, a training base. It's Lexington, and the thing is 1122, and 1122 is 222.
Going through what she went through for 13 years, which we would have survived. And as a result, she was trapped, basically living her life.
Like my ancestors are telling me, like the streets. If you keep walking, we'll talk to you in the street names, the streets, and then they all
Britney's not the only
it all connects.
sparked intense online debate.
One punch, you were done. How do I know? Because I'm the Britney Spears of jackass. People have so bad that I want the world to know what I've been through.
Today, I'm looking into the case of Bam Margera.
Let me.
The Britney Spears.
I always like Bam too.
Capture accurate data at the point of entry, onboard more customers, enhance relationships, and convert more leads with experienced data validation and enrichment solutions. Our address validation makes data entry up to 80% faster, leading to lower checkout abandonments and failed deliveries, while our email validation instantly checks and filters out unwanted emails, capturing credible leads for your business. And with our phone validation, ensuring only valid phone numbers enter your database, you can contact customers with confidence, anytime, anywhere. Once your data is validated, enhance the picture and build a complete view of your customers with additional data attributes, from location insight to business information and consumer demographics. All of our solutions integrate seamlessly into your CRM, ERP, and e-commerce systems.
Brainwashing.
Get started quickly. It all starts with data, technology.
That's how they get you.
Of Jackass. And if you look at the comments on that video, people are saying, I clicked on this
Oh,
because
damn
it
it.
was supposed to be about Bam Margera, so why are we talking about Britney Spears? Whatever, in the bot hell. I don't care how or why Britney Spears ended up brought up in this. But I'm going to say thank you, Investigation Discovery. Hats off Beth Harris and the rest for properly characterizing what happened to Britney Spears, in my opinion. Some of the first to do it in traditional media, still to this freaking day. Hats off. Good job. I don't care that they're doing it in a Bam Margera trailer. I don't care where they do it. I don't care if they do it on the side of a billboard in Times Square. I hope they do. Because still to this day ain't been no justice for Britney Spears.
Britney Spears of Jackass.
That they got the Dahlia Dia puzzle in there. This Lamb, Lima. This is crazy, y'all. This is surreal. Like,
Right,
the
okay.
fact that I started covering the story unintentionally, I
Ryan
ended
keeps
up
popping
part of the
that,
story.
right? I'm not
And so now
familiar.
it's like, definitely this documentary could never have happened without me, because it's like they're relying on whole
Now, I
storyline
did
of like
not.
me versus Lima, which I do take issue with, because I don't think they should focus on me versus Lima. I think they should focus on Amanda Rabb. Why did they not say the true cause of death? Why did she then renege and say she was reading from an email? I don't know. She said read word for word of what we got. Read word for word of what we got.
Certainly an emotional time. Best friend and co-star Bam Margera opens up and breaks down after the death of Ryan Dunn.
Let's say they got
It's good to have you with us tonight. I'm Thomas Drake. The daredevil and MTV star who was killed in a crash in Chester County, certainly fresh in the minds of family and friends. The coroner's report is out and says Dunn and his passenger Zachary Hartwell died from the impact and resulting fire of the crash in West Goshen Township early yesterday morning. Police have done an accident reconstruction and say Dunn's Porsche might have been traveling as fast as 130 miles per hour. 130 when it jumped a guardrail, flew into a ravine, and burst into flames. Toxicology results won't be back for 4 to 6 weeks. Now, Dunn posted this picture on Twitter hours before his death. And now movie critic Roger Ebert is apologizing for what he said about it. Ebert tweeted, quote, "Friends don't let jackasses drink and drive." So you can imagine it certainly upset Dunn's family and his friends, including Bam Margera. Ebert said in his Chicago Sun-Times blog today that his tweet wasn't intended as cruel, but he added that while it was probably too quick to tweet, he stood by his message. Our Chris O'Connell spoke with Margera tonight.
When is the perfect time? It's true. Don't drink and drive. Don't let your friends do
fellow
it.
Jackass star Bam Margera was actually in Arizona, Thomas, when he got the
Let's
call.
prevent it.
He said, shook his world, informing him that his best friend, he considers his brother, was killed in a fiery crash about a mile here from Westchester in West Goshen Township. Well, tonight, Margera went back to that crash site for the very first time. It was a very emotional time for him. Right afterwards, he spoke only to us about his friend.
I've never lost anybody that I care about. It's my best friend. I was in Arizona when I heard it. I just remember I was with friends having the best time ever. And at 12:30, I just started punching out the windows of the rental van and ripping out the speakers. And I don't even know why. I wasn't mad at anything or anybody. And if it's 12:30 there, that means that it was exactly when he crashed. He was the happiest person ever. The smartest guy. He has so much talent. And he has so many things going for him. This is not right. Not right.
How do you get through this? A lot of people have been worried
shit.
What I like about Bam is he's so
horrible it
honest.
is being on an airplane for 6 hours.
And that's because of his family upbringing.
With everybody.
I'm so sad what Hollywood is doing.
No one had any idea, Roman.
It was the worst phone call I've ever got in my life, waking up to that.
To me, I feel like Bam is like a perfect son, like not a perfect son, like a perfect son, like a son that I would want to be proud. Like, oh, you know, that's so sad.
Like no one else in the world, like his brother, he says he will never recover from
All that
loss
shit
like
that
this.
he had to see.
Truly understand his pain. You think about
I
your
miss
own
my
friends, the
boys.
ones that you love, and about losing them. I'm curious, are fans still coming out to the
I miss my boys, and it's sad because I know friendship means a lot to a lot of people, and I never had that closeness with anybody because I knew that they were fake, and just I felt that. But if you have someone that's close to you, it's gonna
Nobody's special, to be honest.
it's gonna hurt.
Any law student can do what she does. And then right under that comment, I'm a lawyer and Legally Blonde came out when I was in college and she cemented that law for me.
And then there's also
I just want to say to Siobhan,
people that are jealous of the relationship, and they will
obviously a hater,
separate that relationship by killing off somebody.
She's right. Siobhan is right. Other than the Nobody Special, but other than the Nobody Special, yeah, I studied law, became a
I think that's why
YouTuber.
a lot of the
Went through Britney Spears'
ancient
stuff,
people keep popping up is because they were like, I killed my blood, my relative, for all for nothing, all for money, fame, power. It's all power.
There's a lot of details that I have forgotten. There's a lot of
When in reality of being a family, being a unit, being a team is power within itself. You get power just by helping people out, and then watching other people create their power and returning that power. It's even more powerful just to watch someone using their gifts.
And Brandon Novak said that they had not talked to him in months. That he was in a treatment program. Brandon Novak called it a conservatorship, and then Steve-O called it a
What hurts is that Steve-O is like a big whale, save the seal, or save the sea life kind of type thing, sea world.
Which is true. Ended up getting twisted into I claimed that woman was I never did, and the woman.
Carmex Lip Care sure has it all. Daily moisturizing? You betcha. Weather protection? Definitely. Big flavors and mini tubes? Aren't they fun? What about new 12-hour advanced?
One more thing I wanted to ask you about. I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and it might have been a Sunny B2 video, but I can't remember. But it showed a clip from a roast where Amy Schumer made this like really off-color joke about Ryan Dunn, and it was basically being used to demonstrate the point, which is that Amy Schumer is very disliked by the public, I guess, at this
I
point.
think I watched that video too, and that was such a controversial joke on that roast. And to be fair, it wasn't a joke about Ryan Dunn at all. Like what the joke was
You're a piece of shit.
yeah, the joke was, hey, I'm sorry that you lost your friend. There was nothing inappropriate about that, you know. And like I was thinking, like everyone else, man, why did it have to be Ryan Dunn? Why couldn't it have been Steve-O? You know.
Right.
So the joke was like, Steve-O, I wish you were dead. Everyone wishes you were dead. I mean, I don't know, like.
Siobhan is right. Anybody can do it. I don't have anything.
Known for his daring stunts and adventures on Jackass, Ryan Dunn was a legendary daredevil who defied all odds, pushed the limits, and lived life on the edge. His life was a roller coaster of wild stunts and reckless adventures that left fans both entertained and worried. But what led to the terrifying last minutes of this daredevil's life? Join us as we uncover the highs and lows of Ryan Dunn's journey, from his rise to fame to the tragic end that shook the Jackass family to its core. Ryan Dunn was born on June 11th, 1977 in Medina, Ohio, USA. He spent his early childhood moving around as his family relocated several times. They lived in various places, including Ohio, New York, and finally settled in Pennsylvania, where Dunn spent a significant portion of his life. During his high school years in Pennsylvania, destiny had something special in store for Dunn as he crossed paths with a fellow adventure seeker, Bam Margera. They formed a deep friendship that would last throughout his life, and their shared passion for adventure and stunts would eventually lead them to collaborate on various projects, including the Jackass franchise. In his early adulthood, Dunn attended
I have
Westchester
known
University in
since when I
Pennsylvania,
was in high
but his
school,
real interest
I
was in
knew
pursuing
that
a career in entertainment and stunt work. After
they
graduation,
were watching
Dunn got his
Bam
first taste
and
of
his
acting in
uncle.
the 1996 sci-fi movie Lifeform,
There was
where he
something
played
else
the
going
role of
on,
a
but they
soldier.
didn't like Bam the way
However,
they
it
were
wasn't
acting.
until
He was acting.
1999
For
that
sure,
he
they
began
did
to
not
do
like
what
him.
would catapult him to fame. In 1999, Ryan Dunn and Bam Margera
That was
began
crazy.
working
You
on the
felt that
CKY
energy.
videos, setting the stage for the outrageous and jaw-dropping antics that would capture the hearts of fans worldwide. Meanwhile, Dunn also worked as a welder and at gas stations to support himself, but before he knew it, his life would soon change overnight. Premiering on MTV in October 2000, Jackass quickly became a worldwide phenomenon, and Dunn was an integral part of the wild ride. He appeared in all 25 episodes of the series and continued to astound audiences in Jackass the Movie, Jackass Number 2, and Jackass 3D. But as the crew became more famous, their work seemed to become
Let's go,
more and more
Brandon.
dangerous. As for Dunn, he was nicknamed Random Hero for taking on stunts that even some of his fellow co-stars refused to do. Dunn was obsessed with the power of fast cars. He once even flipped a car 8 times with Margera as a passenger. In 2005, Ryan Dunn faced charges of driving under the influence after a car crash in West Whiteland Township. It was his first recorded offense of driving under the influence of substances, and he was in his late 20s at the time. Dunn was offered a chance to participate in a first-time offenders program, which would allow him to avoid jail time and eventually have his record cleared if successfully completed. He took the opportunity and completed the program, but
I don't
still
know.
had his license suspended.
I really don't understand how people can drive drunk. Like, it's supposed to be fun to drive. When you're drunk, it's not fun to drive. You can't have fun driving. I don't like. I'm sorry, but I'd rather drive than drink. I'd rather smoke weed than drink. I just don't. I understand, but I mean, there are other things out there. I mean, history. Alcohol has a past. Alcohol has a history. I mean, the United States knows this. The United States use this, and this is why the AA meetings happen. This is why it's all in court, because it's a business. These
to create a certain reputation about people. So when horrendous things are done to them, nobody believes them, or they do believe them, and the public thinks, in general, they deserve it. To this day, you can go and look. You can go and look yourself on these posts, on these trailers I just showed you. They're all up everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and some worse than others, but there's comments.
For over a year, a standard penalty for a first-time DUI offense.
For Lauren Tapia, I did not know he was I did not know how horrible of an alcoholic was because I was still young. I didn't know how dangerous it could get. Lauren Tapia was a horrible, mean alcoholic. That would let himself get used. I saw that. Now that I look back on it, it's disgusting how his family members just let that happen and thinking it was funny, and it's not. Family members having sex with each other and them thinking it was okay. It was just a, what do you call it? A phase they're going through. I don't know. What I found out with my husband's family was just like more than I can, like, no. And the community, how big, how massive this family is, and what they're hiding. It's just like, to America, United States of America. His parents came here, also abandoned their other kids in Mexico, started a new family here, then went back for their other kids. Meanwhile, the other kids that they abandoned in Mexico, they really never forgave their mother. No, never did.
Some people did. Many people did. And then one by one, those videos started to disappear.
So now these kids come over here,
But not rabbits.
and then there's a bunch of gangs and sex and all this shit. Of course, they're gonna be mad at their mom, and so they're gonna use sex and shit like that. Drinking, of course, because everyone knows Mexicans party like 24/7. At least a good 24 hours they'll party. If it's something, they'll be getting ready, preparing, prepping. So it's a big festivity happening. A lot of planning. So praying to a false prophet like that, there's going to be big consequences. This is why Hollywood's burning down, and it's a blessing, and it's so fucking sad. The fact that I thought I filmed it, and I was just too, like, I just wanted to get out of the way and just get out of the situation, but man, if I can go back, I think I would. I was just in shock about those coyotes, and one of them did come to me, and I'm like, oh. And then when the coyote just stopped in the middle of the road, like, not that far from me and not that far from the car, like, just like the car can move, the car can move out of the coyote's path, you know, like the coyote took a stand to the car. And it just reminded me of when I went to go take my dad to the tribal, or the reservation, to go get medication and to talk to Alan Lawson. A coyote stopped us in the middle of the road, and we didn't move, and I didn't rush it or nothing. I just kept it. I just was in the moment. It's like, wow, it's beautiful.
Because I never wondered these things before. But now that I see the direction,
it was pretty. It was pretty. Ooh, a lot of coyotes. That was a pack right there. I'm in a city that I've never been in, walking around. And they surprised me, I surprised them. The fact that they were scared of my bells and me being loud, and one of them just happened to be like, oh, you look interesting. I thought that was kind of cool. Like, oh, he chose me.
Of Economic Opportunities East LA Entrepreneur Center and America's Job Centers of California open today as well to support impacted workers as well as small businesses. As far as public health updates, the air quality smoke advisory continues through next week. Please wear N95 masks outdoors. Fine particulates are airborne even in areas not impacted by the fires, especially children and older adults, especially those with serious health complications, are particularly at risk. LA County Department of Public Health is providing N95 masks at all evacuation shelters and to community-based organizations. When you are at home, please close your windows and doors, run the air conditioning or air purifiers if you have them, and check your filters regularly. In your car, close the windows and
vents.
If you care for somebody, turn your air conditioning on to recirculate.
You would want to
Do
see
not,
them
in any way,
live
use
the best life
leaf blowers
possible.
or other actions that will push ash into the air. Follow all drinking water advisories, and due to ocean contamination, avoid the following beaches: Malibu Point at Surfrider Beach, Solstice Creek at Dan Blocker County Beach, and Inner Cabrillo Beach
This is war
in San
in the middle of
Pedro.
war.
To stay informed about the latest emergency orders, you can go to emergency.lacounty.gov.
That water is
and I
coming.
want to once again thank all of
That
those who
water
are on
is
the front
coming.
lines, keeping us safe through this very difficult time. All of our
This is
volunteers
a warm.
who have kicked into
This
action
is
to
a.
ensure
This is
that our
going to
community
be.
members are supported. And I also want to thank our governor for an additional executive order in addition to the one that he issued yesterday to expedite debris removal and to reduce the
They
risk
were
of
warned.
mudslides.
Okay.
As we know, rain is
Hey
predicted
Alexa,
starting next
when was
week,
the airport
and
fire?
these complicated conditions
The
may
airport
only
fire
worsen.
started in
We
March
thank
of
him for his
2018.
foresight and his partnership.
I remember that one because
Helen
that
Chavez,
one
Communications Director for Chair Catherine Barger. Chair Barger
I got up
recognizes and thanks
early.
the following elected representatives for joining us this morning and for their ongoing support during this emergency. We have with us First District Supervisor Hilda Solis, California Board of Equalization Antonio Vasquez, Santa Monica Mayor Ana Nagrete, and State Senator Sasha Renee.
That was
Perez.
planned.
We're
That
now going
fire,
to
when I
transition
saw
to
that,
the
as soon as
Q&A
I was
portion
walking,
of our press conference.
like at
Please
4,
raise
no,
your
it was
hand
like 5
and
in the
wait to be
morning.
called upon. When you are called
This
upon,
fire something,
please
and I'm
announce
like,
your name and the
looking
media
over, and I'm
outlet
like, that's not a
that you are with.
sunrise. That's not
We're gonna
like
go
that's
through.
not a building. Holy shit, that was fucking planned out.
I'm so sorry. Okay. Gigi Gracia, Fox 11 News. I have a question about the fire, but I'm going to start with this question. Maybe I'll have a second chance. Assistant Chief Choi, to most families, if not all families who have pets, they are like family to them. Tomorrow will be 7 days that those pets that are inside the houses that survived may be without water and most likely without food, which would put that in an extremely critical condition that could lead to death if it hasn't already. Is there nothing that can be done for those folks that are telling us they are desperate, they just want to go in, get their pet, and go right out? They don't want to look at the house, they want to get their animals out.
Yeah,
The fire
right.
broke out
Of
at
course they'll
10:30
look.
Tuesday morning. Many folks were at work already and have not been able to get back.
Yes, I can tell you my comments were specific to escorting that resident or those residents back to their house to do such things. There are other options that we can do. For example, officers that are patrolling the area can get a list of
A lot of fraud, a lot of things are gonna happen right now with the money. Money can't fix this shit. We're gonna have to do something else. Because these adults right now, it's just gonna make it worse. We have no president. We have no president. There's no sitting president right now. Joe Biden is not a president. And everyone's walking around like this is it, like that. That's true. Like Trump is going to be the next president. No, he cannot be president. He's going to prison. It's like saying, oh, P. Diddy's going to be president.
Gigi, on that note, Pasadena Humane Society is actually going into the Altadena area that's under evacuation orders.
The government is shoving down a pill.
We will link up and see if we can duplicate that.
No one's waking up.
Right there. Yep. You got hold on. Great. Sorry. Hello, Jane Secker, Sky News. A couple of questions. One to Fire Chief Maroney. More bad winds on the way. We know the conditions.
More animals are going to. The animals are coming down the hill.
You're better prepared this time. And also a question
for me to see those coyotes, it was definitely definitely something for me. It was definitely a message for me.
For cutting the fire budget. You didn't respond to him then. Would you like to respond to us now?
So for the fire question, thank you.
For that coyote to reach out like that to me, try to get to me,
for this coming.
they are scared. They're out of food. They need it.
From carefully curated list of 250 plus trusted news outlets from around the globe.
They need to be respected. They need their own space.
As trustworthy as possible. There's even a news trivia game in the
Those
app,
bears. Monrovia has bears.
That you really might not be following all too closely. The Samsung News app is exclusive to your Samsung smartphone or tablet, so be sure to check it out today.
If your skin barrier has been needing a
Mountain
moisture
lions.
boost, this is for you. Introducing Hero Cosmetics Rescue Pack for replenishing dry skin. As someone
We
with
definitely
eczema
need the
and
animals.
they're
We
also
definitely need
approved
animals.
and you guys, I'm sure.
Fixed wing
A lot of these children are going to grow up not knowing
we have
animals.
military aircraft. So we've not only augmented the ground resources, but also the air resources. I think that
There was drones in the sky. No one did anything.
But that's never going to be. We're never sure that we're going to be able to catch.
No one gave us the right. This is just a distraction, more distraction. Meanwhile, there's missing children.
Very difficult to contain that fire. That's why we ask all residents in a brush-prone area to be prepared to evacuate if you get the evacuation order, and start those preparations before the evacuation warning comes. Thank you.
It was a two-part question to that, correct?
My focus is on us being prepared as
Yeah,
a
the
city
airport
for
fire. They were
tomorrow.
told the water
And she
pressure.
began
The water pressure was low.
another
They had
very
problems.
difficult situation
That should have
thousands of
gave a
Angelinos.
warning.
When
And I
we
saw a
are
lot of
past
firefighters,
this
a
period,
lot of
there
them.
will be an
Like they were already
evaluation
on
of
guard. They were
everything
already up
that
in
went
arms.
on. And at that point in time, we will see there is not agreement as to whether
That
or
one
not
was planned out. They were all in Los Angeles.
all
They
of
were
those
already
issues
warned.
will be resolved
Now
when
we're
we
gonna have
are
earthquakes
clear
in the
that
freeways. The
Angelinos
freeways are not
safe and we are
properly
ready to
made. They're
rebuild
not
our
properly
city.
structured.
Thank
No
you.
one's checking these freeways.
You were going to go right
And
here.
the roads. There's too many constructions.
Jonathan Migliotti, CBS News for Mayor Bass. Please. Last week, many people were working and could not get back in time to properly evacuate. As we've discussed in this room,
We
there were
have
pet care issues,
traffic in the
healthcare
sky.
issues, childcare issues. Now ahead of this latest event, you have businesses that are proactively
See,
closing,
childcare
essentially
issues
treating
again
this
starts
event
because
like
the
it was a
parents don't want to
hurricane
take
or a blizzard.
responsibility.
If they are taking those steps, why are you not implementing broader closures right now to keep your constituents safe?
There's no
We are
money.
doing everything
There's
we can
no
to
money
keep
to help
Angelinos
these
safe.
people.
If there is a need
Insurance
for
companies are
closures,
going
that will be
bankrupt. Bill
done.
Gates going
But right
down.
now, we are in
Mark
preparation for
Zuckerberg.
tomorrow. Thank you.
Elon Musk knows what's going on because he's fucking hella smart. He
Absolutely,
sees the
it is, which is
patterns.
why you see everybody here
I'm sure he gets
standing
visions
united,
and stuff like that.
prepared and ready to address what, if hopefully we won't experience, but we are ready, we are prepared, and we will continue to do everything we can to keep Angelinos safe.
I'm going
Thank you.
But now this is the fourth, this is important because this is the fourth time we've had these dire warnings. Each previous time there has been loss. So this is a critical time to make those decisions. In hurricanes and blizzards, like I've discussed, people stay at home. Businesses are closed. People can then prepare to evacuate. So there aren't pets left in their homes. There aren't children with daycare providers. They're scrambling. They scrambled last week. There are pets. So the question is, what are you doing to make sure that that doesn't happen today?
Many of you know that we have been trying to not cover, but been forced to cover the Ali Carter situation, and we call it a debacle, because it has gone from everything to it is fully believable to some massive discrepancies, and we've been kind of caught in the middle, but too strong, we don't get caught nowhere. We either have a stance or we don't have a stance, and we do indeed have a stance.
This was 3 days ago.
Age at which Shelley met her, there is a massive, and I mean a massive problem here.
Yeah, thank you.
If Shelley really is the person that cares for her, she did a very poor job of keeping Ali cared for.
The sheriff might have
In this
update
video,
for you.
we see two things.
If it is arson,
One, Ali being distraught, and
Yeah,
two,
when I saw the video, I'm like, that's all I need to know. I was already having my suspicions because of Shelley, the name Shelley, and then the Scientology Shelley, and then my mom Shelley, and then how the spirits work and how magic works is synchronicities to help you heal your childhood wounds. So you look for the common ground. You look to heal. You're looking for healing.
Any of the fires anywhere in our jurisdiction. I think the chief from, or the assistant chief from LA talked about a task force. We're on that as well.
if Ali is indeed going through something, whether that be a trauma response from something that she remembered, or some sort of a relapse from a drug that she might have taken, or whatever the case is this, Ali is in distraught behavior. The last thing you, as a parent or any kind of person that says they're taking care of her, should be doing is recording it.
everything in
The
our
only
power
purpose you can
to
have for
ensure
putting
that
that
we
on film
maximize our efforts
and setting up
with
the
resources
camera
that
at
we
the
have,
perfect
which
angle
this whole
is to exploit
patrol,
or
we're
to lie to
utilizing
the
fire
public.
inspectors.
Yeah.
So with
There's
that,
a
we're
bit
going to
of
be
both,
patrolling, taking a
but more
proactive
so on
approach.
the
Anywhere
exploitation
where
side.
there's
This is
any
another
wildland
way to
risk
silence
is
the
where we're
children's
going to be
voices.
patrolling.
If
It's just extra set
that
of
is
eyes,
just
ears.
disgusting.
We
If
can also
Ali
help the
really
community
wants
with
this, if she
questions,
really,
and that's
if
really
this
important. The community
woman, if
also
this girl,
knows
this
that
woman
the city fire
truly wants to
department
help,
is leaning forward
she's
for
gonna be so
utilizing
fucking
the
pissed when she
resources that
finds
we
out
have. So to answer
that
your
there's
question very
absolutely
specifically, it's anywhere
no one in
where
her
it's
corner.
in the
She was
wildland
all
area.
alone,
That's
being
where
used, still
we're going to be putting our patrols.
being used.
Thank you very much. I have one more question. Sorry, I should have asked right off the bat. For any fire official, I
This
understand
is
there's
what people
better
Jesus
air
does.
resources this time around, military equipped.
Now I
With these
see
high winds,
more
I know
black
a big
women
issue is that they weren't able
calling
to
the cops and saying like
utilize because of the high winds.
something's
When we're
wrong with
talking
her, like something's
military
wrong with the
equipped,
mother,
does that change things? Can you
the
do those aerial
stepmother is
attacks
doing
with
something
these
to her.
kind of
Finally, someone is
aircraft?
doing something because.
It's not going to change it.
No, she does
But
have
where
indeed
are the other
a
black?
past
Where's the rest of the
criminal
black
record.
community?
How far that criminal record
How is
extends?
this white
Still
woman
sealed. Still
able to
working on
get
it.
to her so
But the fact that she has
so
stuff that
quickly,
is
so
kind of hidden from the
like that,
public
grooming her
light
like
tells
that?
us a whole lot of her running from her past. And the way she's been behaving with Ali tells us, again, not what we do, but what they put out to us, tells us that she has a very nefarious motive when it comes to Ali. What we see is a person hell-bent on using the pain of another to gain for themselves either sympathy.
This bullshit. It's pissing me off. Taking away from the children's voices and missing children. Let's talk about this one too.
This week only. Order now.
Definitely is the I could talk about. So right now we have the task force
about the late star. In posts on his Instagram story, DeAndre Rose reshares a post from dancer Courtney Ann Platt in which Courtney slammed Allison's allegations about Twitch, which she details in her upcoming memoir titled This Far, My Story of Love, Loss, and Embracing the Light. In an interview with People
Okay, I thought what Hollywood was doing was kind of like a play. I thought, okay, Kim Porter did the book, or this was all going to set out, so she stole lives from her, she's undercover.
Hi, this is Kate Cagle from Spectrum News
That's
1.
what I'm
I have
thinking
two
in my
questions.
fucking
One,
head. And then I'm thinking
for,
Twitch, when Twitch
Sergeant
died,
Bruni, is there a
thinking
definite
he knows
threshold
he was
for
either
wind speed
involved
when those
in
aerial drops
P.
have to
Diddy
stop?
shit.
Like, is 70 miles an hour
They
that
were,
threshold?
I was
And then
thinking,
my
that's
other
what I
question
thought,
is,
like,
given
he
how
was murdered,
dense some of these neighborhoods are,
he
where
knew
we've
too
seen
much,
orders in warnings,
and he
all the
was
way
trying to get help,
Wilshire
and he
and
was
Santa
silenced.
Monica last week. We've
The
seen
widow of
gridlock
Stephen
when
Twitch
people are
Boss
trying to all
battles the
get out at
backlash
once.
over
Have
her
you guys
memoir and what
worked
she
on
wrote about her late
addressing that
husband,
issue if
Allison
people do
Holker, now
have to
feuding
evacuate
with
tonight
his
from
So I wasn't sure if this was
increasingly
real or
dense
not.
areas? We saw with the
But I knew
sunset
she
fire
had something to
people
do with
couldn't
it.
get out because
here
traffic was
Rhiannon
jammed.
will
How do
update
you
you
address that?
She kept lying since day one, she was lying. And even videos before, she was never there for him.
Although I used to work in air operations, 30 to 40 miles an hour is beginning, I believe, to that threshold.
Come out here and dance.
From the state of California.
The legacy of beloved artist and former LA DJ Stephen Twitch Boss at the center of an intensifying feud between his family and his widow, Dancing with the Stars alum Allison Holker. Holker's comments in an exclusive People interview ignited the disagreement. Boss's widow sharing what she says are intimate family details in her upcoming memoir, This Far. In the book, she claims she found a cornucopia of drugs,
over 40 miles an hour is the issue.
and other substances I had to look up on my phone shortly before his funeral. It was very alarming to me to learn that there was so much happening that I had no clue. But it also helped me process that he was going through so much. And he was hiding so much, and it was